Okay, hello guys, I welcome you to our channel Nota Bene Tech on Tube series on reading books, and so far we have covered a couple of books on business. One is on business and one is on English. Continuing with the business subjects, the main purpose of YouTube is just to subscribe and to create more and more subscriptions at the end of the day. So looking at the current position, I just want to have some sharing on how can I want to share the read on how to build a subscription business. And for that reason, I have selected to read a book which is by the title How to Build a Subscription Business Guide, Inspiration and Cases by Morten Soher Hansen. So how it can be. Okay, so Morten Soher Hansen, How to Build a Subscription Business Guide, Inspiration and Cases. So the contents are in front of us with why the subscription is needed, why consumers love subscription businesses, why companies benefit from the subscription model overview, and how to build a subscription business. That's the important one, the 7 stages. And subscription modeling, that's 2 important, and subscription systems, acquisition, customer retention, expansion, and you have also the customer win back analytics conclusions. So it's what I'm going to read from just the extract, probably more not to read a whole stuff. So let's see, just to inspire from the content, what is in the content. Introduction is about in 1998, and Reed Hastings, a former math teacher and a successful software entrepreneur, launched a new company that would change the dynamics of a multi-billion-dollar industry and topple mighty giants. Hastings had recently had to pay $40 in overdue fines after returning the rental movie with the Apollo 13 for too late. From that annoyance sprang the idea of a whole new way of distributing rental movies to consumers, and subscription-based Netflix was a reality. Okay, the business model of Netflix is as simple as it is brilliant. Paying a flat subscription fee a cash month gives you access to as many movies and television shows as you can cope with. Initially, Netflix used the postal service to distribute physical DVDs to customers, but as the internet spread and the speed of the bandwidth increased, Netflix shifted much of its distribution online. Netflix now has a presence throughout most of the world with a subscription-based streaming service, but in the United States, where it all began, many customers still pay to receive films on DVDs through the post. Okay, so it is important to grasp the internet streaming itself is not the crucial innovation behind Netflix. It is the innovative business model, the subscription model. Okay, by the end of 2017, Netflix reported over 110 million subscribers worldwide. Needless to say, the massive success of Netflix has fundamentally shifted power within the film industry, and currently Netflix, more than any other company, is rapidly changing the way we consume television and movies. About the same time that Netflix was founded, a Danish company called Aristerin in English, and saw the light of day when 2 pioneers in the production of organic food, Thomas Hudung and Soren Larsen, formed a company to supply customers with weekly deliveries of organic fruit and vegetables. Okay, so they're providing some of the examples. Netflix was the pioneer in the subscription business, so it has now been increased to a very large volume. So the reader or the writer was focusing on the importance of the subscription model, and by giving us the example of Netflix and comparing it with the other giants. When the founder might not have anticipated was that the with the convenience of ordering online and having your food delivered to your doorstep every week is extremely attractive to the consumer, and no one predicted the huge success that Ascendin has achieved. Okay, that was the success story with more than 60,000 customers, close to 3% of all Danish households, and Ascendin is considered to be one of the most successful Danish e-commerce business overall. Okay. Both cases, Netflix and Ascendin, are perfect examples of what we might refer to as the subscription revolution. Okay, but these companies are not the only ones. In fact, the last decade has seen numerous examples of new exciting subscription businesses emerging across different business sectors. Okay, the subscription revolution is not a matter of tiny companies trying to break into the market by selling their products in an odd ball way. The subscription revolution is big business. Okay. Giant corporations like Google, Amazon, and Apple are increasingly relying on the subscription business model as a generator of income, and in recent years, global companies like Adidas, Sony, and Porsche, among many others, have launched various subscription services. Yep, that's right. So as a reader of this book, you will probably fall into one of the two groups. Perhaps your business is already subscription based. In that case, you can use this book to carry out a thorough review of your current business and get inspiration for improving both the process and the performance of your company. Or else you may be planning to start up a new subscription business, or to convert your existing non-subscription business onto a subscription basis. In that case, you can use this book as a step-by-step guide to develop your subscription business. Okay, why subscription? Before we look at the specific blueprint for building a subscription business, it will be worth spending a while exploring some of the reasons for the explosive success achieved by the subscription business model over recent years. This brief exercise will itself, as it turns out, give us valuable insight into factors to consider when we build our new subscription business. In my strong belief that a prerequisite for the success of any business model is that it must provide tangible benefits to both the customer and the company providing the product or service. And the subscription-based business model does just that. It provides tangible benefits for both seller and buyer. Consequently, in this chapter, I shall describe the most important ways in which consumers and businesses benefit when they engage with the subscription model. Okay. Why consumers love subscription businesses. When discussing subscription businesses with the colleagues from companies across various business sectors, it is never hard to explain why subscriptions are good for a business. It seems quite intuitive to most business professionals that house subscribers who pay on a regular basis is a good thing. At the same time, I often encounter the assumption that if subscription is attractive for businesses, it must be unattractive for consumers. Nothing could be further from the truth. And convenience, and one of the most obvious key benefits of the subscription-based model is convenience for the consumer. Yep, that's absolutely right. Reduced complexity. That is also the reason in 2002 the American psychologist Barry Schwartz wrote The Paradox of Choice, Why Less is More, a book describing the immense range of choices facing the modern consumer. No longer do you just buy a box of breakfast cereal. You must choose from a huge range of brands and flavors and sizes. Some supermarkets have more than 100 different breakfast cereal products, and if you add that to the hundreds of other consumer choices you have to make each week, it will be no wonder if you start searching for ways to reduce this tyranny of choice. That's absolutely right. So subscribing to a product or service is in fact a way for the consumer to reduce the complexity of choice. Absolutely right. Inspiration. Great subscription services are not just about making your life easier. This also provide you with a great deal of inspiration and add extra value to the product you subscribe in. Absolutely right. gateway to membership of a community. Yeah, becoming a subscriber sometimes means that you become part of a group or a member of a community. By subscribing rather than buying on an occasional basis, you send a strong signal and tap into the values or the community associated with the product or service. This creates a very strong relationship between the consumer and the product. At home, I have paid for a premium version of one of the best music streaming services, and I have offered my son unlimited access to this. Yes, he prefers the free version of Spotify with limited access and tons of commercials. Why? Because Spotify gives him an entry to a valuable community where he shares playlists with all his friends. Subscribing to a service is also about subscribing to the company's values and community. Okay, saving money, yes, that's also on the advantage. When they consider the benefits of subscription, the main thing that most people will think is of saving money. Okay, why companies benefit from the subscription model? As said at the beginning of this chapter, it is very easy to see why the subscription model offers huge benefits to companies which implement it. It is simply good business. On one hand, a subscription business will attract more customers if it provides the kinds of tangible benefit for subscribers that we saw above. On the other hand, there are inherent benefits associated with the subscription benefits model itself. Absolutely right. Predictability, you can easily predict. Increase purchasing frequency and customer lifeline. Generally speaking, subscribers will spend some more money with your business than non-subscribers. Absolutely right. When they are attached to your business, they will keep on spending if they are actually liking the product on a regular basis, and also the other services the company may offer through subscription. One reason is that they may purchase more frequently because they do not have to make an active decision extra time each time they need the product. So fostering loyalty and improving competitive position. As often quoted, survey shows that the business executives around the world see increased customer loyalty and improved competitive position as among the key advantages of subscription businesses. Yes, or loyalty is also an advantage. There is no surprise given the massive focus on loyalty building we have witnessed over the past decade. Nothing is a great sign of loyalty than when your customers sign up to your products on a continuing basis, and having your customers as subscribers makes it much more difficult for your competitors to win them away. Absolutely right. Reduce sales cost. The sales cost is also the advantage. Robust cash flow. One key benefit of running a subscription business is the robust cash flow that a subscription business can generate, and that is also very correct. There is very different from most transactional businesses which have to produce their goods before putting them on sale and collecting money from the customers. So it is just one more reason why companies prefer subscriptions, because you don't have to go through that whole cycle. Okay, overview. This chapter has shown us that most subscription business models are actually a win-win combination for both consumers and companies. So it is no wonder that we have seen subscription businesses thrive in most business sectors over the last couple of years, and that is why we shall see even more subscription businesses succeed in the years to come. Absolutely right. Consumer benefits are given, business benefits are given. The consumer benefits are convenience, reduced complexity, inspiration, and gateway to membership of a community, and saving money. Business benefits are predictability, increased purchasing frequency, and consumer lifeline, and fostering loyalty and improving competitive position, and reduce sales cost and reduce cash flow. The many names of the subscription model. Okay, subscriptions have become popular in recent years. All sectors and companies imaginable are coming up with new ways to conceptualize their business models, and often in a way that allows them to secure fixed recurring revenues from their customers. So the subscription model has become something of a common denominator. Yet different branches and companies all have different ways of referring to subscription models. This article aims to give you some insight into different terms so that you can more easily identify a subscription model when you see one. In general, the common name for the models I will introduce here is recurring revenue models. A recurring revenue model is a business model in which the customer and the company enter into a fixed agreement whereby the customer makes recurring payments for products or services that the company delivers. Subscriptions are therefore simply one of many different business models which fall under the category of recurring revenue models. Yes, it is absolutely right. You keep on receiving the revenue on a recurring continuous basis. How to build a subscription business. Okay, this chapter will introduce you to the model to be used throughout the remainder of this book. The model is called How to Build a Subscription Business, and it should be seen as a practical step-by-step guide to building a new subscription business from scratch or improving an existing one. Number one is the subscription modeling, and then have a subscription system, and afterwards it is acquisition, customer retention, customer expansion, customer win back, and analytics. That all been discussed in our coming chapters as well. So let's see how to build it in a 7-step process. The model comprises 7 stages, each containing a number of separate steps which all guide you to take the right decisions when building your new subscription business. Okay, when running a subscription business, one of your sale effort does not begin until after you have sold the subscription. What does that mean? It means that the success of subscription business is not measured by the number of new subscriptions sold. It is measured by how long you keep your customers, how large the current subscriber base is, and what level of recurring revenue you can generate. Hence, customer retention is the most crucial aspect of running a subscription business. Therefore, if your subscription business is to be successful from the very beginning, you must develop strategies for engaging your customers, fostering loyalty, and reducing churn. Okay, when running a subscription business, you are entirely responsible for handling the customer from A to Z. You do not work through wholesalers or retailers, and you do not sell your products via platforms like Apple's App Store or Google Play. You manage your customers yourself, which means you have to store customer data, run customer communications, and handle billing and collection of revenue on an ongoing basis. When running a subscription business, you have to use a whole new set of financial performance and analytical measures to evaluate the business. In a transactional business, you can easily measure the value of a product sold, but when it is the value of subscription sold, clearly it is the sum of future revenues, which is much more difficult to measure and depends on conversion and churn cases. Establishing the right measures is the key to understanding and improving your subscription service success. Okay. The 7 stages behind a subscription model comprises 7 stages. Figure shows how it has been discussed, and I've discussed earlier as well. The first thing you need to do is subscription modeling. Okay, here you define what your subscription business is going to look like when it meets its customer. You need to define the value proposition of your subscription businesses, and you need to define your subscription packages in terms of prices and content. You also need to establish how the customer is billed and how payment can be made. Subscription modeling is also all about defining the product or service that you will bring to the market. Then you need to decide which subscription systems are going to support the business. First of all, you need to choose a system that will manage your products and your customers. This is often referred to as the subscription management system or the subscription billing system. Next, you need an acquisition strategy for how to gain new customers, and how you need a campaign plan showing you which channels will give you how many new customers and at what cost. A successful acquisition strategy will win you a lot of new customers, and a successful customer retention strategy will ensure that you keep your customers for a long time. Customer retention is all about engaging your customers and with your product and building long-term relationships and loyalty. Yes, absolutely right. Excuse me. A successful subscription business will also have a strategy for customer expansion. Okay. Customers who leave you need not to be lost forever. In fact, however attractive your product or service may be, from time to time your subscribers will need a break. Perhaps you have been persuaded to try one of your competitors, or perhaps they just have no need of your product or service at the moment. But do not give up. Rebuild a great customer win back program in order to regain lost customers. Absolutely right. Finally, you need to define your analytics are going to be used to measure the performance and success of your subscription businesses through all the different stages mentioned above. Inspiration. Young consumers love subscription. Absolutely right. Subscriptions are for all ages. There are a lot of studies have shown this. Even so, there are plenty of differences when it comes to age and subscriptions, and the good news is that young consumers are even more positive about subscription than the rest of the population. This means that companies which offer subscription have the future ahead of them. Absolutely right. The figures are in front of them. They have given the statistics as far as the US is concerned. So the bottom line is that young consumers love subscriptions. And subscription modeling. Modeling your subscription business in terms of what you will offer the customers is the first stage in creating a new subscription business. You have to decide on how to package and price your product, and when and how to bill and collect money. There are among the necessary steps of subscription modeling covered in this chapter. Determine whether the subscription model fits your business. Describe the value proposition of your subscription business. Define usage of your product or service. Define your pricing strategy. Determine the subscription packages that will offer the customer. Define subscription periods. Set subscription prices. Determine payment methods. Define billing and claiming procedures, and decide and document subscription terms. Absolutely right. Determine whether the subscription model suits your business. The first obvious requirement is to decide whether your product or service can actually be launched or in turn into a subscription business. The good news is that most products and services can something which has been abundantly confirmed by the many new subscription businesses which has sprung up over the last decade. Okay, if you are already set and introducing a new subscription model or service, then step 1 may seem redundant. Okay, but perhaps your business is a type which operates in the conventional transactional world, and you find it hard to see how it could be converted into the subscription model. Okay, you need to see what is the basic type your business is operating. It is a traditional one, or you want to have the subscription model to be used. And step 2, describe the value proposition of your subscription business. Absolutely. Once you have decided to build a new subscription business, you need to define and describe the value proposition of your product to the customers. The value proposition is what creates value for your customers given the needs of the customer group. So as a subscriber to Zapier, you get access to car hire whenever you need it in a very convenient and hassle-free way. You sign up to the service, buy a membership fee, and then you are able to book a car at your convenience. So the value proposition of Zapier to their customers could be described as individual mobility without the hassle of car ownership. A very powerful value proposition for many car dwellers. Okay. Step 3, define usage for your product or service. Having decided on your product or service and describe the value proposition to your customers, you need to decide the usage model of your subscription product. How will your subscription product be used, and how does that affect your price model? For most physical products, this is a no-brainer. So unit-based means that you pay for the actual units or products that you receive. When you subscribe to Dollar Shave Club, you pay $9 to receive a set of blades each month. The unit-based model is very similar to the traditional transaction model, the sole difference being that your purchases are automated. Okay. Usage based means that you pay for the usage of the product or service. Okay, and tiered model are subscription businesses which define a range of service tiers, and customers choose which tiers suits them best. That can be a bundle packages or the bundle idea. User based models charge you by the number of individual users on the system, providing full access to the system for a very low fee, but increasing that fee as you add some more users. Unlimited or fixed recurring models are subscription models which grant you unlimited access to the product or the service for a fixed recurring amount. This model has been extremely successful for several digit content providers such as Netflix and Spotify, but has started to emerge in physical businesses as well. Hybrid models combine different usage models within our one subscription businesses. Many telecom companies have a hybrid between the tiered model and the usage model. They differ a range of tiers with various usage limits together with access charges if you exceed the basic limit, including the subscription. Obviously you can use a combination of two. That should define your pricing strategy. The next step, you need to be define your pricing strategy, how you are going to make yourself attractive to the market, and how will you target different customer segments with different price ranges. Absolutely. And step 5, determine the subscription packages that you will offer the customer. Having determined your usage model and define your pricing strategy, you can ready to define the subscription packages that will that you will offer the customer. Okay, so the planning and pricing of, for example, is in front of you. The subscription packages of SurveyMonkey. The basic, the standard, the having the best value advantage, and also as a member. So these are some of the different pricing and plans. So define subscription periods as well. One further dimension to consider is the length of the subscription period you will offer your subscribers, and you should think about whether you will offer just one subscription duration or allow the subscriber to choose among several. Okay. Set subscription pricing. Once you have decided your usage model, define your pricing strategy and determine your subscription packages, it is time to set the price levels that you will take to market. And number 8, determine payment methods. Having set as your fees, you need to decide how you will collect money from your subscribers. How are they going to pay for the products or services that you will offer them? Define billing and tuning procedures. That needs to be also defined. Decide and document subscription terms as well. Okay, so subscription systems. Having decided on the subscription model, the next stage in building your subscription business is choosing the right systems to support the business. Absolutely right. The systems and software solutions needed might vary from business to business, but probably you will need at least a subscription management system, a sales platform, and a marketing system. That's absolutely right. So you can check about the combination of the systems. And build an ordering and payment platform with maximum focus on customer convenience. Yes. The subscription management system mentioned above will probably not provide the sales platform you will need to enable customers to buy your products and services. You will therefore need to build an ordering and payment platform where your customers can sign up to buy your subscription products and pay by using their credit cards or whatever means of payment you have decided on. Obviously, combination of the marketing the payment ordering, the ordering platform, the payment platform, the marketing platform, and also the subscription management platform, all are under the same model, which is the subscription model. So you have to create these platforms to be knitted together. Choose the right marketing tools to help build your acquisition processes. Okay. Define and implement integration between subscription management system, and obviously we have discussed this as well. Okay, acquisition with your model your new subscription businesses and build your subscription systems. You are ready to take your subscription business to market. Okay, define and describe your customer acquisition strategy. Yes, you have to decide how you're going to acquire the customer. Build your campaign plan. The campaign plan is one of the most important tools you need when running a subscription business. Once your new subscription business is in operation, you will find that much of your time and resources are dedicated to the task of acquiring new customers, and all of these efforts will be constantly planned and evaluated in your campaign plan. Okay. Implement the sales channels described in your acquisition strategy and campaign plan. Customer retention. The chapter introduces you one of the most important issues for subscription businesses: how to retain subscribers once you have sold the initial subscription. While the art of selling, as we explored it in the previous chapter, is crucial to all businesses, the art of customer retention is more specific to subscription businesses. And those subscription businesses which manage to retain their subscribers by engaging them with the product and by building loyalty are by far the most successful. Okay. So you must have a policy to retain the customer as well. So define and describe your customer loyalty strategy. Okay. Define and build your customer dialogue program and processes. Define your social networking strategy and how to engage your customers through different social networks. Absolutely right. Define and describe your immediate retention process when customers consider leaving your business. Yes, you must have a backup plan as well when and how to implement that to retain the customer base. Customer expansion is also been one of the crucial parts of the subscription business. So we're just going to look at how they're going to win it back. Okay, the last part is analytics, a very important part, and in this section the author says the final stage in building a subscription business involves implementing analytical tools and metrics that can help you track its performance. These tools and metrics are not only valuable for the information they generate, they can help with fostering a performance-based culture in which all members of your organization try constantly to improve the performance of your business. We have touched upon the issue of measuring and improving performance several times throughout this book. In Chapter 7, we saw an example of how even small improvements in customer retention can have a dramatic influence on the overall future total of subscribers. The same is true for a number of the other areas we have covered. You need to have a structured process of identifying which key performance indicators are most important for measuring and evaluating your subscription business. For this, you first need to define and describe your basic subscription model and then identify those subscriptions performance indicators which will be best suited to assessing the state of your business. Then you should set up procedures for regularly measuring and assessing your SPIs. Finally, you need to build a culture of constantly seeking to develop and improve your processes in order to raise the performance of your business. And analytics is in front of you, and define and diagram your basic subscription model. That is a necessary requirement. Obviously, you can divide it into a free content, the premium content. You can charge it for a certain after providing a certain free service. So that's absolutely true. And determine the subscription performance indicators which best describe the performance of your subscription business. That might be number of subscribers, average revenue per subscriber, number of new acquisitions, and customer acquisition cost, and conversion, upgrading, downgrading, and customer churn, and customer lifetime value. So are all these SPIs relevant for your own subscription business? Yes, it is likely that they will be, because they are the SPIs relevant to almost all subscription businesses. However, the list is not exhaustive. Many subscription businesses have further performance indicators. And the customer acquisition cost, sometimes referred to as CPO, cost per order, as CPA, cost per acquisition. And this is an important performance indicator for predicting and measuring the overall profitability of a subscription business. Okay. Conversion measures the conversion of subscribers from one billing period to the next. This is an extremely important measure for all subscription businesses. Conversion can be measured from a trial to paid subscription, or from one paid period to the next. Upgrading, downgrading. Variation on conversion, which measures upgrading from one subscription tier to higher one, or downgrading from a higher to a lower one. Customer churn measures how many customers defect from your business in a given period. It is perhaps the most important and often the most feared indicator for subscription businesses. Yes. Customer lifetime value combines average revenue per user with customer churn to give you a figure for the total revenue that you can expect to generate from a new customer. It is often compared with cost per acquisition, as LTV must be considerably higher than the cost of acquiring a new customer if the business is to be profitable. Are all these SPIs relevant for your own subscription business? Yes, it is likely that they will be, because they are the SPIs relevant to almost all subscription businesses. However, the list is not exhaustive. Many subscription businesses have a future performance indicators that are more specific to their business type, or they opt to supplement the SPIs listed with other indicators. Okay. So step 28, implement a procedure of ongoing data tracking and analysis on all subscription performance indicators. So the next step is to define your reporting procedure based on the SPIs and subscription performance indicators defined in the previous step. You should set up a procedure to ensure that you and your organization receive reports on all your SPIs on an ongoing basis in order continuously to track the performance of your business. Does this seem too obvious to mention? Well, to most organizations it is not. I have seen far too many new and existing subscription businesses operating without any proper reporting system, leaving them in the dark about why their overall performance is going up or down. Don't underestimate either the importance or the complexity of setting up your performance reporting. There are a couple of steps worth following when you set up your performance reporting system. First, you need to decide the frequency of reporting. No doubt there will be some metrics that you want to follow on a daily or weekly basis. This might include sales performance and new subscriber members or numbers. But probably you should opt for monthly reporting on the complete set of SPIs. You need to receive enough observations to make the reporting valid, and at the same time you need to get the reports early enough to be able to respond to adverse developments. Monthly reporting is often suitable in both respects. Build a culture of constantly trying to develop your process in order to improve performance of your subscription businesses. Yes. conclusions are there. When I wrote the first edition of this book back in 2014, I based it on the assumption that the subscription business model was on the rise and that many business sectors would see a subscription revolution in the years to come. Having watched the progression of the subscription economy since then, my confidence in this postulate has grown even stronger, and I am quite confident that we shall see even more companies adopting the subscription business model in the near future. My confidence is also strengthened by the success of the first edition of this book, since it's released on bookbone.com in April 2014. More than 200,000 people from all over the world have downloaded the book. There's another sign of the growing subscription economy. Obviously, it is also the reason why I decided to update the book and publish a second edition. Okay. So it's all about in the book. You can go through and you can have the insight or the how to build a subscription business. All the details from scratch are being provided. You just have to revise the common information and apply on your set of business and procedures, and so that obviously you can run a subscription based business. And I hope that is all. You can look at the appendices as well if you're interested, and the 550 grade appendix B is 50 grade subscription services right now. So these are different types of Prime, Apple, Box, Birch Box, and Black Socks, Blue Apron, and Bloom Book, and Craft Coffee, and Sign Word, Dollar Shave Club. So the Dropbox, these are the subscription based businesses all over the world, especially based in US. So you can check the details and the appendices, and you can go through the whole book. What I've done I've taken and read out the extracts from the relatively important chapters in this book, so that you can get a far idea that how you can benefit from a subscription based business by building it a one. And I hope that you will be benefiting from the read and from the video as well, hoping to get a subscription, hoping to get a like, comment or share, and a pressing of a notification bell button. So I'm just going to end up my video and saying all the best wishes to you guys, and I just wanna continue reading the most important research materials based on the marketing principles and concepts. We're going to discuss those in our upcoming reads, just to equip ourselves well before how we can manage our or increase our marketing insights or marketing concepts, so that obviously it will help us to improve in the future. So I'll just thank you for watching all the content and watching and listening to the content, and I'll appreciate that you'll give us like as well. So hoping to see you for coming videos. Thank you very much. Take care and have a nice day.